during the season of my life when I wasn't really walking with the Lord, because I still knew what the truth was. Obviously, I would attribute it to two main things. Obviously, the Lord is over all of it. He's the one that really changes our hearts. But my parents were praying parents for me, even when I was running from God's plan for my life and a mess and doing drugs and all this in high school. But God had different plans for me. And then even another big influence in my life was definitely this church right here. This was a place that I knew that was safe to be able to know the true gospel, to be able to know the true God of the universe. And I had people like Seth and like Doug and like Pete, Pastor Ayers, pouring into my life and guiding me in the right direction. I just want to share one thing, just how I even got invited here, which is kind of a funny story. I'm at this men's conference, and this preacher is talking about the story in the book of Luke where Jesus is in this place, and this man is filled with a legion of demons. And this guy's out of control. The town is freaking out because this man is cutting himself and doing all these bizarre things. And no one could control him. Well, Jesus shows up on the scene, and as you know, just one touch from Jesus, everything changes. The man was never the same. He radically changed from that point on, and his story was never the same. And he asked Jesus a radical question. He said, "Let me come and follow you on your journey with your disciples." And Jesus said this funny statement. He said, "No." He said, "No, because I want you to stay in your country, and I want you to testify of the things that God has done in your life." Well, it was like a few days later or so that all of a sudden Pastor Seth, he gives me a phone call out of the blue. We haven't talked in a while. And he's like, "Hey man, I'm thinking you come out for the youth week to testify of all that God's done, to stay in your, to basically," it's like, I'm that man, you know, and how cool is that God would arrange that and set that up. And so I'm privileged to be here. Our band is excited to be here for what God's going to do for this week. And obviously growing up here, it's near and dear to my heart. And I just appreciate you guys inviting me to come.
Amen.
So thank
you.
you.
Thank you.